Flask or Django. Python has become very popular in 2021 to 2022. More and more developers are writing various projects in Python. One of the areas that Python can take on is web development, which is where the special frameworks Flask and Django help. Website development. When you decided to create a website and your resource will be written in Python, did you ask yourself where to start? To write a website in Python in 2022 to 2023, two frameworks are used that help in writing code, Flask or Django. What are the differences between them and how to work with them? Why choose a framework consciously and how it will affect your site? It's worth understanding that it doesn't matter which framework you choose. They are both well documented and widely used by programmers, so don't worry about community support. Website in Django. Django is a high-level framework that makes a lot of decisions on its own, so the user does much less work, having ready-made tools for creating any web resources. Django simplifies the creation of sites in many ways, makes the programmer's work easier and faster, using less code. In general, we can and should agree with this. Django, when installed, has a built-in ability to work with databases, admin panels, forms, a good system for protecting your site with keys. For novice programmers, Django processes can remain a mystery, which can be intimidating. If you still trust and choose Django, with which you can and should dig deeper and figure it out, you can develop sites very quickly. The keyword for Django is doing the work for the programmer. Website in Flask. Flask is, on the one hand, a small web framework, which is initially facilitated by the absence of many solutions, on the other hand, a very flexible tool. Although it doesn't have components that integrate third-party libraries, Flask supports a huge number of extensions that make it easy to plug in missing functionality. For example, the functionality of such extensions may include databases, admin panels, and much more. Flask is somewhat easier to understand and good for quickly building a minimalistic application. Flask is considered faster and more performant, yet it is lighter than Django and has less functionality out of the box. The actual performance differences aren't too noticeable and don't matter much in a production environment. However, the keyword for Flask is flexible customization of everything. Which is better, Flask or Django? So who is the winner in the Flask versus Django battle? Both Flask and Django offer different tools. Django provides many ready-made tools right at installation, which greatly speeds up the process of creating applications, reduces the number of unnecessary actions, and dancing with a tambourine. Flask is more minimalistic once installed, flexible, and allows you to choose the tools you like and need. Flask is the best option for applications with little functionality. And Django is a smart choice if you're working on a complex application with deadlines and the freedom to choose tools isn't that important to you.
Subscribe to our channel and watch as we take over the world.